Hey, I'm Joe Tamargo from WetheadPumpRepair.com, and this is a special edition of how to drill out your end bell, okay? Normally, stuff like this we include in our premium content, and this is also included in our premium content, but we wanted to shout out and give a little bit back, including our 500 videos to your YouTube fans, okay? So here we have a Pentair Whisperflo WF28 pool pump. We're rebuilding it. We changed the bearings. We're going to change the seals. But what happened was a customer had broke a through bolt. Okay, so you probably maybe that's happened to yourself, and I've directed you to this video to like, hey, here you go, watch this video. Okay, or maybe just found it on the internet. So what we're going to show you now is we showed you in other videos. If you know your through bolts are tight, right? You want to drill off the back of this, and then you could pull the whole thing out, and then you'll have room to work out the through bolts. But what happens, right, if you don't have a chance for that? Like, you've missed the other video, you've already taken apart your pool pump, right, and you've accidentally broken a through bolt inside of your end bell, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to correct this problem using a few hand tools and a power tool, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a center punch, a hammer, okay, a tap, okay, and a drill with a bit. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to use a center punch, and we want to mark the center, okay? We want to mark the center of the broken bolt, okay? So if it's a little bit stubby there, you want to grind it down or use a file and do it flush. And then once you do that, you want to take your center punch and put it directly center of the bolt. Now, this might take you a little bit of time to do, okay? But once you get it center and mark center, you just want to tap it just like this, okay? I'll move it a little bit closer so you can see, all right? You want to just put it as close to the center as you can, and then you want to tap it. And what that will do is give you a nice mark there. Now, why do you want to do this? Well, the reason you want to do this is so the drill doesn't walk. Now, the drill doesn't have legs, okay? But when in the commercial and the industrial industry, walking is when the drill bit slides. Almost like when the floor is wet and you slide, that's what drill bit walking is, okay? So drill bit walking is when the drill bit rides. Now, you don't want the drill bit to walk, because if it walks, right, it's going to slip, you could hurt yourself, you could wind up drilling something else, and you don't want to do that. So what you want, that's why it's very important to have that mark. Now, once you have that mark, right, your drill tip or bit will sit in that mark, firmly like this. See, it's not going to walk. So now what's going to happen? I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to start the drill up just for a few seconds, and then I'm going to show you how the drill doesn't walk. It sits in the nice groove or the center punch mark that you've made, right? So here we go. Okay, you see that? Now you can see that I'm starting to kick out a little, you see that? I'm starting to kick out a little bit of shavings here. Okay, you don't want to touch those like me. I'm just giving you an example. All right, and there you go. Now I'm drilling that out. Now, once I drill that out, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to take my tap, and I'm going to want to tap this out, okay? Now this tap is what basically makes threads, okay? So here we go. That's how you do it. That's the video. So basically, I'll go over it one more time. You want to take a center punch, and you want to center punch it. Get your mark here. Then you want to take your drill, just like this, and you want to drill out. I'm going to show you one more time. Here we go. All right, there we go, just like that. Now I'm going to reverse my drill out. All right, now once I have reversed my drill, okay, I'm going to knock off my shavings. I wish that was gold flakes, don't you? Yeah, because we'd be rich, right, Robert? All right, so there you go. Talking to my cameraman there. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to take my tap, and I'm going to insert it in this hole. What that does is it creates threads into here. And then these threads, okay, we're going to screw the through bolt into those threads. So there you go. I'm just going to turn my tap. Now, what you want to do, if you have any penetrating oil at home, or WD-40, it's always a good idea to use a little bit of oil when you're cutting a thread, because it helps the threads get created a little better, and it keeps your tools sharp. It's like anything else, you know what I mean? The more lubrication you use, the better of a time you're going to have. All right. So here we go. We're just gonna keep twisting that. This die and tap. Well, it's actually a tap. The die is the other piece that makes the thread on the bolt. This is called the tap. We're going to turn it back and forth a couple times just like this, okay? And what you see now is it's creating threads inside there, okay? So I'm going to go back and forth a couple times, just like this. Here we go. Again, as I go back more and more, it's going to let the threads get deeper and deeper. Okay, so here we go now. I'm going to loosen this up, just like this, and now you will see inside where I have drilled out, I have now created new threads. Okay? I'll hold that up to the camera here. You can see the brand new threads in there. All right? There's the brand new threads. Now you'll see that I have my through bolt, and here's the hole I just made. I'll be able to take my through bolt, and voila, spin it right in there. See that? And there's no more. And I did this live, right? There was no stops. There was no edits. Like, you know, Bob V, I love you, man. I really do. And you were great in the 80s. But, I mean, the stuff was just too edited. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm on the roof. And then he had the whole roof clean. But you see me do that live. It's been about like a 4 or 5 minute video. There you go. That is how you drill and tap out an end bell for the Pentair Whisperflo. All parts are available at wetheadpumprepair.com. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video. Peace.